What is going on? How's it hanging? Hanging in there? Like those memes? Hanging? Hanging like a sloth? Just chilling? Super slow? Always smiling? That's why those things are great. You can't not look at a sloth and like giggle a little bit. Love sloths. They're just like always smiling. They look like they're just constantly happy and they're just like super tired at all times. That's a life right there. You ever seen sloths swim, actually? Seen those Planet Earth documentaries? Those Planet Earth episodes? I don't know what to call it. Series? So incredible. I gotta go back and watch them again. But they just came out with Planet Earth 2, I think, earlier this year. Unreal. They had, like, new cameras that are, like, motion censored. So they were able to catch these snow leopards, I think, that were just way up in the mountains because they were like never documented before because they're like impossible to document because they're in such remote areas, I guess. But they had these cameras that just let sit there, and then if something walked by, they would catch them. So they caught these snow leopards, and they're just like, it was just insane footage of these different things that they found. They had these like lizards, I think they were like some kind of lizard that were born in like this like rocky area. And the second they're born, they're chased by snakes, and they have to run. They look like iguanas. They might be iguanas, actually. And they have to run to, like, the rocks where the snakes can't get or something. They're on, like, gravel at first, and they hatch, and instantly their instincts, they just know to run. And it's crazy, and all these snakes come out of nowhere and try to take them, eat them, whatever. It's insane, the things they capture on that show. Planet Earth 2, highly recommended. All right, so seems like we're always starting with some kind of Earth, whether it's Planet Earth, the actual planet, or the series. We're jumping into Earth at all times. What's going on? It's Christmas is coming. Happy holidays to everybody. Happy Hanukkah. I forgot to say happy holidays in the last one when Hanukkah was going on. But happy holidays to everyone. Speaking of that, someone mentioned, I talked about like religion in the end of the last one. I went off a little bit. And someone commented about me talking about that, and I just wanted to readdress that because I have nothing negative towards it. I just have my own opinions and whatever like that. But I honestly think it's a good thing. People have many benefits from it. The only downside I see is that when there's just some closed-mindedness, when people just chalk things up to religion without looking into it, or that, and it just like shuts down their curiosity of like how things happen in the possible scientific explanations or possible other explanations. Like, I can't explain everything, and some things I have no clue how things happen or why things happen, and I have definitely like spiritual thoughts or experiences and religious experiences, whatever you want to call it, but I just don't, some things about religion that like the corruptness in like churches and the whole money aspect and just a lot of like things that are too far from the spiritual like faith side or whatever you want to call it. It just bother me a little bit, but it's everybody has their own opinions, do whatever they want to do, but I just think the best way to be is open-minded, whether it's you believe in it, you don't believe in it, be both open-minded to both sides, and that's how I like to be. So enough of that talk about that. What else was I going to say? There was something else I wanted to, I really want to come up with a listener nickname for the listeners. So I was going to try to do that on this podcast. The hell could it be? I was thinking like this is the Sully podcast, that you guys are the listeners. So I was thinking like sell listeners, but that's way too long. Or like you hear it, you guys are hearing this, so like selliers, like you hear, I'm so stupid. It's like your ears, I guess. You guys are my selliers, like you're my ears. What? I like that, but they suck. So far they suck. I don't know, I gotta come up with something better than that. But we're coming up with something, I don't know. What else was going to say? The friggin' cryptocurrencies friggin' plummeted last night. They're going all over the place. I don't know if you guys are interested in that, but it's just super interesting to me, just the fact that it's like a whole digital currency, and I know it's like super dangerous right now, like money-wise, so like obviously don't go like investing. I hope I don't like get anybody to like invest or something like that, but like if you have money that you want to, extra money laying around, might as well throw it in it. Watch the fireworks go off. If you catch it, you catch it. It might get rained on though. I thought of that the other day when I was talking to my friend. It's kind of like a fireworks show, that there's a good chance it's going to rain. There's going to be no show, but it could be the best show in history. So do you get a seat? You buying a seat? If it's expensive, depends on how expensive it is. You can get the cheap seats, I guess. Put a little bit in there. But it's just crazy. It like completely plummeted out of nowhere. Like, I don't know if whoever's watching, but it was just crazy. Everybody's freaking out. What else do I want to say? Oh, I did post a little Twitter question. I posted on all my other platforms too to like ask me questions and comments because I would love to know what you guys are thinking and just get more engagement. And one kid asked me how to stay more upright when he jumps, when he dunks. And I think initially it's just your core, because a lot of times your core keeps you upright because you like when you're leaning forwards, you might not have the strongest core. So I think my first advice would be to hit that core hard and be able to do that. And also I think next is make sure you're jumping quick, because people try to like load up too much and they try to like bend and try to like, really get a good gather going for their takeoff. Also make sure you're like your step into your takeoff, your penultimate step is super long, because you want to like step out in front of you and you're looking up and you're not like just jumping where you are and like trying to push two off the ground. You want to kind of like jump into that penultimate, like a super long step. Make sure, I didn't really look at his penultimate, but make sure that penultimate's really long, because it should be out in front of you. So by the time you're jumping, you can't really lean forwards. You kind of like almost leaning back a little bit, but you're staying upright. Another tip for staying upright that I really helped me is the backboard dunks. Just try to throw yourself a backboard dunk, even if you can't do it. Just kind of go for it, because it's a really good way to keep your form good. Because if you throw it off the backboard and it comes off quick, you don't have time to lean forward. You have to jump super quick. And I know I've said that before, but it definitely is really helpful for me to get good jumps. So a lot of times during sessions when I'm just warming up, I'll start with a backboard or throw a couple backboard jumps to get me jumping fully, just because they help my form, help me jump with perfect form. So that when I'm warming up, I don't really have to worry about like messing up my form, because that happens a lot too, where I break down form early in the session when I'm not warm yet, and it kind of messes me up. But yeah, that's pretty much that. What else? Oh yeah, my boy Ryan Floyd. What up, boy? He hit me up. He was one of the commenters. So while I only have a few right now, I can shout out everyone. I hope I can shout out everyone at all times, everywhere. But my boy Ryan, I miss you, man. We had a good time together. We were in a bachelor party together, my friend's wedding. And I don't even know Ryan that much. We've only hung out a few times, but so far he's a great guy. And he's always laughing, always like trying to make people laugh, making me laugh all the time. And those are the type of people I like to be around. I love it. We always have a great time together, so I look forward to hanging out with you a lot more, dog. You probably didn't think I was going to shout you out, because you were just kidding. Guess what? We're out here. We doing it. Let's fucking go, baby! Inside joke, so maybe it'll come up in the podcast another time, but it's hard to explain inside jokes to people you don't know, you know? What else was I going to talk about today? I think I had some things written down. But, oh yeah, so, 3-day weekend for me. I've got off work on Monday. I jumped super well yesterday, and it felt so great. Body's feeling great. I got like my... I really got on point with my health, my diet, and just like my body mobility. It's been feeling really great, and I think more of it has just been taking more time on that, because I was doing more workouts for like jumping and like going hard than I was focusing on mobility, and I kind of switched my focus. And the reason I didn't do that sooner is because I wanted to make gains, but I think body and mobility and things needs to be the most important and priority, because if not, you're not going to freaking be able to do anything, and you're going to have a lot more setbacks and a lot more like soreness and things like that. So it feels really good. My knee's feeling good. I was jumping off the dribble super well. I had what's it called? Oh yeah, I had one attempt in the game to go for a putback, and you know the part of the rim that hangs down? I hit my friggin' forearm on that, so I technically cut my arm on the rim, even though it was like 4 inches under the rim, so it looks really cool. So I'm just like acting like I got it, you know? Got so high, I hit my middle of my forearm on the rim and cut it. Where we at? Also, from all this mobility work and like hand speed work, my handles have gotten a little better, and I'm finally hooping again. And I had one nice move yesterday. I think I caught it on film. I just like crossed over, spin move, layup. I look super awkward and goofy though, but proud of that. I love hooping, so I'm super pumped to be able to like dunking games because it's like it's getting easier to dunk off the dribble. So I'm really looking forward to that because that's the most fun. I threw a pass to the homie CJ yesterday. First off, bad pass, Steve. Bad pass. We're on a fast break. It's like a 2-on-1. I just threw it and I tried to give him like a perfect toss, like a light one. I threw it way too low. Way too low. But luckily, he's got them bunnies, like them serious full-grown rabbits that are just white, fluffy, cute, and they've got a healthy diet of plenty of carrots. He caught it, windmilled it, bangeranger in a game. It was just too... I got hype as can be. By the way, I got to get you that video hopefully later today if you're listening to this already, but you're probably not because you're not on social media and you freaking go ghost at every 2 seconds. That's to you, CJ. And you're not even going to hear this, which is the sad part. But I'll have to send it to you and tell you the friggin' second to listen to this podcast. And then you'll maybe listen to it. Possibly. Probably not, though. Still. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. So I got to do that a lot more. Probably going to be... Let's see. What am I going to do next? Yeah, so hooped and had my jumping day yesterday. It was really good. I've been focusing on just technique a lot now. I have like no tricks in my bag right now, but I got the bunnies and the hops going really well, and like the technique and dribble dunks, which is super fun for me because I've always felt weird being able to do tricks, but not the basic stuff. Like I skipped that. Like I couldn't do like dribble stuff, so I've always felt like so weird because I would be doing like a sick trick in between games, and then in the game I would never dunk on a fast break, so because it was just like a lot harder for me. So yeah, I'm super pumped to get some game footage of me dunking on people. I'm also gonna take the F off on people. Like I don't if I get that comfortable and I'm on like one of those LA finishes that are a couple inches low, don't be in the lane because I'm taking off. If I poster someone, that may be the end of the dunk journey. That might be the end. If I literally poster someone as gross as possible, like jump full body, then I'm like straddling them, hang on the rim, like punch it and swing on the rim. Game over, bro. I'm walking out. I'm taking my camera. I'm saying dunk life to the screen. I'm cutting the video so I save it so nothing gets messed up with like technology, and I'm walking out of the gym undocumented, taking the body with me in a body bag. All right, that's enough of that. I'm not really near that yet. I can just do the basics now, but you get where my head's at. There was other stuff I was going to talk about right now, but I can't remember at the moment. I ran into my boy Mark today. My old pal Mark. I've known him since 4th grade, and that makes me feel super old because it's been over 10 years now. Dude, that's super long already. What is it, 4th grade? I can never match grades with ages like really quick. I always have to think of like what year it was, like, and work backwards. So 4th grade, what are you, 12? 15? Somewhere. You're around, you're 10. You're like 10 years old. So we've known each other almost 15 years. Ew. That's so long. Oh my God, I can't believe that. Anyway, so we got to catch up. I love catching up with my old friends. That's one of my favorite things about this too, is that I get to share everything I want to say. So that way, like a lot of times when I see people, Mark is not one of these because he didn't even like know I had this podcast, but maybe he will now. So next time we see each other, we'll be able to catch up. But like a lot of times, I get to catch up, and I don't know if you catch yourself doing this, but like I was with him and I had like 14 million topics I wanted to discuss with him, and so did he. And so we're just talking. We only had like an hour to like catch up while he was in town, stopping by, and so we were both talking a mile a minute. Friggin', I'm saying as much as I possibly could. Like I'm saying it, all these different things getting branched off, just like this podcast, just going from here to there to here to there, trying to remember where I even started. And I just want to tell him everything and catch him up and get back to like making memories and things like that. I don't know even where I'm going with this. Anyway, it was just that happens all the time. I feel myself repeating myself to like my new friends, not my new friends, but like my friends that I haven't seen in a while. And I have to catch up, and you gotta like, you want to like ask how everything's doing, but then you also want to know what they're up to, and then you have to go back and forth. Not like banter back and forth. What am I saying? Like, you want to go back and forth from like the past to the future and whatever's going on. And it was just cool to catch up, and it's great when you see old friends. So I'm in a good mood. And this podcast really helps because if I like think about something or like hopefully they listen, I wish all my friends made their own podcast. That would be amazing because then I could just listen to them, comment on their stuff, and we all just friggin' have like our own like podcasts, like I don't even know what to call that, like group session. I don't even know. And then we all join each other's. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. I want to have friends on, but like this, like everyone's doing stuff today or at work at this point, and I just got a free moment to myself, so I figured I'd jump on the mic. Oh, I also have a new rap that I want to try to do later. Try to get that up later. What else is going on? Also, my girlfriend got tickets from her work to this comedy improv place right down the road that we can walk to, so we're probably going to go to that soon. And I've passed it a million times that I've never gone, but I've always wanted to go. I want to see like if they have like open micers or they have some regulars. I'm super into stand-up comedy, so that's going to be so much fun. I'm so glad that we get to go, especially for free. That's the best. But yeah, maybe if I go there and I'm that inspired by that, I'm definitely going to try to maybe one day possibly do a stand-up. But I don't know. I'm pretty terrified, but I would love, not even that I think I could or that I should, but I feel like I would love to try, and I would love to do it if I feel like I might really love it. Like if I'm able to like put some work in, like the work ethic I have for dunking, if I'm able to do it for like stand up and go hard and really get things hammered down and like make people laugh, that would be the best. I think that's what like my end goal is in one point in my life. Not like all time, like one goal, but I definitely want to get up on stage one day. That's just a crazy thought, to get up on stage and try to talk to these people. Like they're like, all right, here's the mic, here you go. Say whatever you want. Say whatever you want. These people are sitting there looking at you. Go ahead, make us laugh. And you're just like, yep, here we go. And you have random jokes. You have no clue who these people are. But that, when I think about actually doing it, I would love if I don't know anybody. Because that makes me laugh the most when I like make jokes. But then again, I don't know if that would make the best performance. But I love making jokes when people like don't know you're joking. So they're like, wait, is he like serious? I can't think of an example right now. But they have no clue if you're joking, and you just make a joke, and then they're like, they want to laugh, but like, and then those people that do laugh, they're I feel like they are on the same wavelength as you, and you kind of like find people that are just somehow in tune that you're making a joke, even though they have no context of your personality or anything like that. I think that's hilarious. But it's also really, I find it really funny when people are like, what are you talking about, when they think you're serious, but you just like are completely messing with them. That's the best. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That should be a lot of fun. What else is there? Oh, I want to get back to my video, my little hype video, but I think I'll be able to film it today, a little bit more from it, but I got a little sidetracked. I don't know if I want to make a full-length thing. The other thing is I can't find music for it. I want to find like dope instrumentals that make you scream in your head and also get you hype without a visual. Like just listen to this music. If you just like listen to it in the gym or something, and you're just like, this makes me want to go and do things and like get up and go. But it's hard. I cannot find something that captures that, so it's really tough. I already talked about that. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. This morning was crazy. It's like, so this morning I woke up with fog, and it's happened before. Like, it was crazy foggy out, but it happened last night. Like, the fog like rolled in last night. It was crazy weird. But now the sun is out, so I think I might go outside a little bit, catch some sun, because it's super sunny out here. It's like 75 degrees, and it's like, it's crazy that it's basically Christmas, and it's definitely pool weather out right now. Like, I walked in from outside just now, and I was in a t-shirt, and I was like still hot. Like, I wasn't even like wearing any long sleeves or anything, and I was getting hot already. So almost December. Global warming is definitely false, especially living in Florida. There's no sign of that here, but it's dope. Yeah, I'm kidding. Global warming is really weird. Not weird, it's just like I don't know if you've seen that documentary Chasing Ice. I think I've mentioned it before, but that was so cool. They showed like time lapses of the actual glaciers melting, and I feel like if you haven't seen that and for some reason you're doubting global warming, just go watch that. That should change your mind a little bit. And it's weird to think that. Oh, someone just told me, who was it? I don't know. Someone was mentioning to me that Oregon is could collapse at any moment, like landslide type deal, and they could friggin' go under, and just like people are just like at risk right now, and it's like long overdue that this would happen. Just pretty wild to me. Even Florida too, like global warming. If the oceans rise, it'll just be underwater eventually, and then it's like, what do you think down the line? Like I don't get how there's not more people worried about these like crazy things. Like I always wanted to live like near the beach, but now I'm thinking, now it's like at the point where it's like, yeah, I want to do that, but then do I even have that many years to live there? It's like one hurricane, you're wiped out, or global warming, a few more years might just friggin' I don't know how fast it works, but like you can't even just like enjoy these different places now because these like natural disasters or crazy climate changes are changing the friggin' landscape. So I think we should go back to Pangea, just jam all the continents back together, and let's just be one big family again. I think we can do that. I think if we talk to Elon Musk and see if he can move the tectonic plates, I'm pretty sure he's got the technology already. I just think he's using it for other dumb things like SpaceX and like going to Mars. Why are you going to Mars when we could just fix Earth? Just kidding. It's pretty crazy that we're colonizing Mars too. Like that he's building rockets, and they made like a reusable rocket recently that like, because I guess that's what that means, is that before the rockets were just a one and done, and you go up there and they explode, whatever happens, or it comes down, it's not usable, it just goes in the ocean, whatever the hell happens. But now there's like a one that goes up and down like an elevator, so the space elevator's on its way, and we're gonna be able to just like visit space and prove that the Earth is flat. So that's gonna be cool when the elevator to flat Earth is existent. And then have you heard of the Hyperloop? Oh, you guys, I haven't talked about the Hyperloop on here. I talk about it all the time. Sorry, had to blow my nose. Well, there's this thing he's building called the Hyperloop. If you haven't heard about it, it's like basically like a subway, but like a tube, and it's like it like shoots you around the country, or it'd be like Miami to Orlando, which is normally like a 4-hour drive, or like San Fran to LA, which is normally like, I have no clue how long of a drive. I think like 6 to 9 hours, something like that. But this Hyperloop shoots you in like this vacuum tube. It's just like air compressed, so it's like, and it's like earthquake proof and all these different things. And it shoots you like, I think they said Miami to Orlando would be, or they said, what was it? Something like a 30-minute ride. So it would be like a 3-hour drive turns into a 30-minute ride. So that, like, think about that. There's all these different opportunities with that. You can now, like, you don't have to live in the same city that you work in. Like, some people do that now and do like an hour commute driving, but now your commute could be like, that hour commute could have been now like a 3 to 4 hour commute, and you could live that far away from where you work because of this Hyperloop. It's like, I think he's being implemented now. Like, they have like the little test run somewhere in like a desert somewhere, because that's what they do, right? And they have it just going in a loop, just testing it out. No pun intended, loop. And that's going to be so amazing. Like, imagine being like 50 years from now when all these Hyperloops are going. You can go across America like in one day, I guess. You just like a couple train rides here and there. Hyperloop rides. I don't want to call it a train because it's not a train. But yeah, it's going to be insane. But I don't know. Don't remember too many specifics. I haven't watched the little Hyperloop thing. Just YouTube it. There's really cool videos on it. And then the other thing he was doing to alleviate traffic in LA was like this underground railroad system, I guess, or sled system for cars. Look this up too, because it's hard to visualize. But like, your car goes, like, say you're in traffic, you could pay to go in this little underground place, and you get on the platform, and your car gets lowered underground onto a sled, and then you get like shot on this sled with your car like 100 miles an hour or something. And there's like, and he was saying that like you can dig deeper and make like more, there's like more space below Earth than like the tallest skyscraper above Earth, I guess. So that's a lot of space below, so they can have like layers and layers of these different tracks of all these cars that are just like shooting through the city, like subways and stuff like that. But I don't know, that sounds pretty like huge project. I don't know, like, time frame of that. That might be like Paleozoic era. Yeah, I have no clue with the time frame. But the Hyperloop seems like it's a little more You don't have to go underground. You don't have to build things underground. I have no clue, but it seems like the Hyperloops. He's doing both. He's doing both. Don't get worried about that. But seems like the Hyperloops just like build these tracks over things and whatever, like kind of like a train, I guess, and then you're good to go. Launch people in these friggin' capsules. It'll be fucking capsule people getting launched around friggin' air compressors, and then with, like the G-force is strong, we arrive with no teeth or something like that. There's gonna be some weird stuff going on. It's also weird. I drive in traffic all the time now, living in Orlando, and it's like there's so many cars. And there's so many people that are terrible at driving. And it's like so easy to make human errors. Like I'm on like I-4 in Orlando, which is known as like a really bad highway. And I see accidents every day. On my way to work this morning, there was an accident. I had to get off and go back roads because it was like it's going to take me double as long if I stayed on the highway. And it was just like there's accidents every day. And it's like, all that happens is like a couple hills, too many people on the road, someone stops short, boom, and you smack into each other. People are smacking into each other all the time. And like there's already self-driving cars coming, and you think they're like dangerous, like you don't want to like leave it up to the car, but all cars are self-driving, all like computers, it'll be less errors. I think eventually, once it's like all the kinks are worked out of like malfunctions and stuff. Obviously that's scary, but like come on, the computers can do a lot more than a brain, and they don't have to make these like decisions. They can just like stay in line. Like they don't have, they're not distracted by taking Snapchats. Imagine your car's like, I gotta take a Snapchat, like why are we swerving? I'm taking a Snapchat, I'm driving, whatever. But yeah, they're not doing that. So like over time, I feel once self-driving cars are all over the place, we're going to be like, what were we doing having ourselves drive at 80 miles an hour down a highway together? What were we doing? Cell phones in our hand, taking pictures of ourselves, singing a song, trying to get the lyrics right, then typing on the screen the lyrics, then sending it out to all your platforms saying, check this out, bars, hashtag bars, right? Do I do that? Maybe. Yeah, it's crazy. The world's going crazy right now. Cars are really weird because there's just so many, and there's always traffic. How could they not? I don't know. These roads are nuts. I can't wait for there to be like better transportation. It's just weird because I know in the future, knowing about these different technologies like the Hyperloop, the transportation is going to be so much better. And I think like in the past, how the hell did people get around? Like if you wanted to go to a new city and you didn't even have a friend there. Like say you're in Florida and you want to go visit California, and there was no phones like that. You'd have to like get to the airport. So you have to friggin' call a taxi. What do? You have a friend take you? What if you have no friends? You're in like a new city. I don't know. You have to call a taxi. That's expensive. Get to the airport. Hopefully you got your boarding pass crumbled up in your pocket. Then you go, get to the city. You don't know where to go at all. You have to you get to the hotel with another taxi. You're going to hail another taxi at the airport. Then you're going to get to the hotel and you want to go eat. You got to ask the friggin' concierge where to eat. You don't know. You have no Yelp. Is this good? You don't know if... you can't read any reviews like, oh, the croissants were flaky, but the meat was undercooked and I got salmonella twice. You won't have that, so you're gonna go try that place. Then you're at the restaurant. You got a taxi to the restaurant because the hotel called you a taxi. Now you're at the restaurant and you're like, how the hell am I gonna get back? And you gotta what? Call another taxi from the restaurant. You ask the waiter, call me a taxi. Who do you call? So that's just eating. And then what? How do you know what to go see? You just walk around. You ask locals. What should I look at? What do I do? Where is a good spot to head to? Like I went with my friend and we had iPhones and we went to the hotel. We picked a hotel that was like close to all these different attractions that we could look up beforehand on the interweb. And then we just mapped it out. We had a friggin' game plan. We were there for like 5 days and we saw like 14 things a day because we had like electronic tickets for the little trolley thing. We freaking hop on that. We took Ubers. We took a bus because we could figure out where we're going. We take pictures of where we're going. We're looking things up. We're finding good places to eat. We're like, we're in the mood for seafood. Let's get seafood. What's the best seafood? We don't have to like just stop into the closest place because we're starving and we don't know if we'll ever see a restaurant again. We freaking look it up. So it was great. But that's now. And that was like 20 years ago. I don't know. That's how I used to travel 20 years ago. I can't even imagine driving across the country. I had to drive across the country, long story short, from Utah to Florida to bring a car here. And like, it was easy. I just used my maps. It was hard in the fact I had to drive and like my brain was fucking melting. But besides that, it was easy. Just follow the GPS and make sure you're going general direction. That's it. Stop at food when you see a sign. That's it. But like there was some parts of the road I'm thinking like if I had no phone, I'd be scared because like there's just like 50 miles of nothing. Hashtag nothing forever. And you're just driving and then you're just wondering to yourself, is this road going to end? Am I even going the right way? You have a paper map you're friggin' looking at and you can't read those things. No one's ever learned how to read a map. Just kidding. You probably figure it out. People obviously did, but that's so much more work and stress. But yeah, so now it's great. Where was I? So yeah, that was then, and now we have way easier ways to travel. We can book flights so easily on our phone. Like if I wanted to go to friggin', I can go anywhere tomorrow. Tonight! I can go anywhere tonight if I have the money. Forget money. Technology, just pretend there's no money. Buy a flight anywhere. Buy an Uber to the airport, get there, have the thing on my phone, walk into the airport, get to the place I'm going, and then I'm there. And then I do whatever I want there. Done. So easy. No thoughts. Zero brain power. But imagine like the next generation of transportation when there's this hyperloop that cuts things by like a fraction of the time even more. Just think about driving. If you had to drive just to the supermarket, that's 3 miles, right? That takes you 5 minutes, whatever the hell. 3 miles of walking? What is that, an hour? An hour just to get there, and then you have to carry this shit back? We can get places so fast right now, and then these self-driving cars are going to be fast, the Hyperloop's going to be fast, the friggin'... I don't know if you can hear that train, but that train's obsolete soon, so enjoy that sound while you can if you can hear it, because it's going to be obsolete. All this fuck shit obsolete. Yeah, I hop up on my feet. That's that new Big Sean if you haven't heard it. Which one is that? I forget which song that is, but it's a good one. I like 3 from the new album. I barely listen to music anymore because I'm always trying to like learn stuff, so I'm listening to podcasts, I'm listening to like watching documentaries and stuff, but I love music still so much. I guess that's why I make it still, because instead of looking for it, I try to make it myself because I'm that cool. Where was I? Oh yeah, Hyperloop's gonna like melt our brains and shoot us through capsules and tubes and stuff. We're gonna be tube life, and we're gonna get fucking tubular, bro. In a few years, you're gonna be tubular from here to there in a friggin' blink of a friggin' satchel. Yeah, whatever that means. That's just the Hyperloop. Then there's gonna be more. There's gonna be like flying stuff, you know. There's gonna be like Bitcoin go-karts and stuff. I don't know what the hell's going to be happening, but it's going to be fun. And then also, I was thinking there's going to be so many more efficient ways to do things. Like right now, I go to the supermarket, like I said, get my food, bring it back. But there's already like Amazon Pantry. I don't use it, but I could eventually. And then eventually that's going to be all the way you order. So so many more of your errands are going to be basically automated where it just comes to you and it's faster, so you have like everything you're doing just gets faster. You can get places faster, you can get errands done faster. It's just like we're speeding up, bro. Where are we gonna be? I don't even know. We're gonna be moving so fast. We're gonna be like, I don't know, we're gonna like move too fast. We're gonna be just like a freaking like brainwave and just like look at things and just like communicate through our brainwaves. Like it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be sweet too. But yeah, when all these errands become automated, it's gonna be weird. Like I feel like I'm getting to the age where like I see the other generation under me. So like I'm gonna remember what it's like to drive places. I know that sounds crazy, right? Because you don't like if you don't think about it, you're like, of course you're gonna drive, but in the future, there's probably gonna be faster ways, or like I won't need to drive as much. Like I don't know. It's gonna be weird. These self-driving cars are probably gonna be faster and safer. Why would I not do that? And the car will be like a liability. Like if there's all these self-driving cars and you're the dummy that's driving still, amongst all these friggin' like high speed friggin' cars that are just hyperlooping it, you're gonna be friggin' the oddball, and you're gonna be like putting everybody else in danger. So you're gonna have to conform, and that's it. Then we've got a microchip in our brain, and they shut us off, and we just go to sleep, I guess. But yeah, it's gonna be weird. I also can't wait for them to make some kind of device that you could like monitor your exact nutrients in your body. Like, you know, they have the heart rate and you could figure that out. So I haven't done that yet, but I think I might try to get a Fitbit soon. Just so like when I stretch and just want to break a sweat, I know like exactly what heartbeat I'm at. So I could kind of get to that heart rate. And like I know I'm at the right one. And then like, I don't know, just like kind of like get my workouts more exact and just be more methodical so I can make the most out of it and be more efficient, get spinning, get spiraling out of control, hyperloop my life. And that's pretty much it. But imagine you had a band that told you like, oh, you need more carbs, bro. You're about to go work out, or you just worked out. It's like, yo, get some protein, bro. Make yourself a shake. Why don't you treat yourself to some nutrients? And I'm like, thanks, Nutriband. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to invent it. So that would be really cool. Or if it, like, all those different things so you can eat exactly what you want, because I'm into that. Because, like, right now I'm kind of like just a guessing game, throwing things down, do a little bit of research. All right, I think I need, my pee is yellow. Definitely more water. Definitely that. That's easy. See, what if they had more like that? Like your skin changed colors. Like, it's like, oh, my skin's green, I need more vegetables. Or my skin's red, need more meat. I don't know. Hashtag skin. Shout out the skin, right? But that'd be really dope. What I was about to that brought me to something else, but I just forgot it. The Nutriband. Oh, inventions. When people invent stuff, it's like, how the hell? Like, that Nutriband's a great idea. Someone's already inventing it. Elon Musk's disciples are already on that shit. So, like, all these ideas are so hard to execute on, but if you do it, that's who friggin' wins, is the people who actually like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking make it. And they go out, they find a fucking scientist, or I don't know, they go on Reddit, be like, is there any like freelance scientists or like band makers, technology, who makes a heart rate monitor? Find that out. I don't even know where to start. You see, that's how hard it is. But the people who do it are the ones who make it. So just do it. People always say, I'm gonna do this, I could be good at this, I could be doing that, but they don't do it. That is that famous quote. I don't know who it is, but I'm just going to say it. They're like, the difference between you and whoever's, they're doing it. Whatever the hell. I don't fucking... You get the point. But, yeah, it's like, if you don't know how to do it, you can figure it out. Everything ever was just figured out by someone. Yeah, there's probably people that are smarter and they have, like, good guesses, I guess. But, like, they just tried shit. I'm sure they tried a ton of shit. That's a pretty cool thing to look into, though. I want to see, like, all the failed things that, like, inventors did. Like, what if they tried, like, really weird shit? That'd be so hilarious. Like, what if, like, I don't know. I wonder what else Elon Musk is doing. Let's, like, start a movement to find what else he's doing. Because he was talking about robots. You're going to need a strobe light to see them soon. Or, like, in the future. What does that even mean, bro? I thought strobe lights make it harder to see. You're going to see, like, pieces. Like, they're moving so fast you couldn't even see it without a strobe light. They're just like a you don't even see it, but a strobe light, like, I guess, flashes light on them. What does that even mean? He said that. It's crazy. But what else is he thinking about? I want to know his thoughts. Elon Musk should jump on a podcast. If I get Elon Musk on my podcast, that would be the best day ever. That's what's cool about this, is that, like, I want him to be on other podcasts so I can listen, because how cool would that be? Like, I get interested by my own thoughts, but then if I could ask him what his thoughts are, Elon Musk's thoughts, He's got the Hyperloop, the Underground Railroad. That sounds like no, but no Harriet Tubman. He's got the friggin' L.A. Railroad Underground, New Age, I guess. I don't know. And he's got like he's colonizing another planet, and he's scared of robots. Dude, what does that guy know? What is that guy doing? I would love to just know his thoughts, but there's tons of people I would love to know their thoughts, just because they're interesting and they definitely have done a lot more. So I would love to know like what they see as possible, or what they think is coming, or what they're excited for. He's got me terrified of robots because like they're getting so good now. It's like I don't think that they're gonna like. I don't think robots themselves are gonna like build like take over, but I feel like they're gonna be insane technology of robots, and then the wrong people are going to use them. It's always people that do stuff. So that's scary because like technology is always used for the wrong way, but it's like it's not like there's always technology. Like before guns there were no guns and the people were doing things, and when guns came out that people started using guns for the wrong reason. So there's always going to be people that use everything for the wrong reason, but I'm not scared of robots really. I'm more scared of the people that use them, because I hope that if robots somehow become conscious and have brains, they'll be inherently good too, because that's how I hope people are too. So there's your little sugar gem for the day. But yeah, robots are nuts. They're doing backflips now. I want to do a backflip. Billy, where you at? We have a backflip challenge. Everybody hit up Billy Dunkademics. Tell him that I'm going to do a backflip before him. Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually going to look up if Elon Musk has been on any podcast. That's what's so cool about podcasts. I know I've said that before. I keep talking the word podcast. If I say it one more time, I swear to God, I'm going to turn off this podcast, but I'm not, because I just said it right there. I'm just messing around. People are on different podcasts that you never see in other ways, and you see like their real personality. Not only that, you get to see like the way they think, because a lot of times they just put out their content. They're not putting out like the process or whatever you want to call it. It's just cool to have them hear what they think about, just like on a daily basis, like the different topics they think about and things like that. I love that. One guy I really loved, I've always loved him since I was a kid, but my level of love for him freaking jumped through the roof, and that's Rob Deerdeck. That dude is the best, and that's who like I relate to him so much when he talks, and like he's always like singing weird songs about what he's doing. Like for example, he's like, I'm making cereal, it's good, it's a Sunday, like things like that. I love doing that. And so he's awesome, and he was on podcast recently, and I didn't know he was. I just like stumbled across him, and I started listening to him, and I've never heard that side of him talking about his businesses and like his life and things like that. I've always just loved his shows. If you don't know him, he's a skateboarder. He had like a couple TV shows, I think like MTV. Robin Big was amazing, and then Fantasy Factory was great, and he's got Ridiculousness, and all his ventures have been super successful, and he like made his own way, and it's just amazing. In his podcast, if you find this one with like I think it's like Rob Deerdeck Media Empire, that's not the name of the podcast, but that's how you can find it. I forget the rest, but he just was talking about like his goals and things like that, and it was just so awesome, and it was just like it made me love him. So I don't even know what else to say about him, but just go check him out. I love that guy. But he was super awesome. But I love podcasts in general just because there's so many different people that join these shows that like are maybe celebrities, like comedians or actors or like UFC fighters and athletes and different things like that, and you get to see what they're thinking about. Who was it? Arian Foster was on Joe Rogan's, and he was like so much different than I thought. Not that I even had a thought about him, but like you just think of him as a football player, and that goes back to my package man, delivery man thing. It's like these people are not what they do. That's just like one part of them. They're not like, you see like a person working, you forget that they're just a person working. Athletes are different because they kind of chose to do that, and that's like their passion. So like there's a lot you can like expect from them, like especially like competitively, I guess. But like people working like a day job, there's no chance they want to be there, because if they weren't getting paid a dime, they would not be there. There is no chance. Besides charity, obviously, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying a day job, part-time job like a mailman. You're not going to be there. So don't forget that. And next time you run into anybody, or you're in line at friggin' Marshall's getting socks, or you need to ask somebody to help you find socks at the Marshall's. Treat them like a person. Like, imagine you're working there and someone comes up to you and, like, I don't know, you just want them to treat you like you're a friggin' person. They're like your friend. We're just friends. Everybody's just your friend. Remember that. It's weird. I always think like this person's just working here, just like if I had to work here, or if I needed to, this was my job, I'd just be walking around doing the same thing. If they don't know something, they don't know it. If you, what do you mean? You don't, like, can't, wait. I don't know what I'm going with that. I'm just saying, treat people like they're just people. They're just like you. What's the difference? You just have different brains. Shock their brains. Say something weird. Watch what happens when you say something weird to them. You never know who you might meet. You might meet the Elon Musk of the next century. I love Elon Musk, obviously. I just think his ideas are insane, and I love how his projects are freaking monumental. He's colonizing a planet. Robots with strobe lights. Let's invest in strobe lights because that market's gonna go through the roof now. Because if he becomes right and the first guy's like, oh shit, I can't see this robot, turn on the strobe light, and it works, and you're like, oh fuck. The fucking strobe light market is gonna skyrocket more than Bitcoin. I'm getting strobe lights. Alright. I think that's it for the SullyPod 20. I think I know the number now, finally. I might even do another one tonight. I'm just going to post this one. Let's keep these going. That was, it felt good. It felt like I released. It felt sweet. Therapeutic. Oh, I might try to do my rap tonight. That's what I want to do. I also might want to try to set up a video podcast one of these days. My little studio, basically my room, a corner of my room, is not very set up well, but eventually it will be. And these will get more professional and more fun and more videos, so I could have like a little, if I want to show videos or things like that, it'll be a lot easier. If I can look stuff up, I'll be on the computer. It'll be dope. Let me know what you think. Send me more comments and questions so I could answer your questions on the podcast, because I think that's a great idea. I'd love to hear like random questions you have, or like my take on something or anything or whatever. It's pretty dope. That's it. See ya.